Welcome to another Sunday Night Swatching. Sorry I'm a little late. I had to actually finish doing my nails. I'm going to be taking a two designs haul from the Polish And Beauty Expo this year. I had the immense pleasure of chit-chatting and spending a little bit of time with Bonnie, who is the maker of 1422 Designs this year. She is so sweet. I absolutely love her. Um, so I was excited to get what I did from her table. It's not a whole lot, comparatively to some of the makers that I have. Um, but I'm really happy with what I did get. So we'll go ahead and get started, get into it. I am going to start with the swag bag polish that I got from her this year first. So as you can see, it's a really pretty pink with some, looks like green to gold shimmer, probably pink gold green. But obviously it's hard to pick out the pink because it's in a pink base. So let's go ahead and get our first coat on here. So I was a little bit running behind today. We actually went bowling. So one of the other bowling moms, who's become a friend of mine, I call her my spirit animal now. She actually gave me a ball and a pair of bowling shoes. My shoes broke. They were like 20 some years old. Right here is the first coat of Crushed It. Absolutely pretty. Look at how that shimmer goes. I love it. So my bowling shoes were like 20 years old and the soles actually were coming apart. Um, but I refused to throw things out, so I'm going to try to super glue them. But in the meantime, I had been wearing house shoes, um, which is not fun. They don't fit right. They don't feel right. It was not good. Next up here, I believe this was a mystery gift with purchase because I did not pick this one, but that's okay because I like it anyways. This is from HHC, July of 24. Saggy Skin is in. Really pretty gray base with these pink purple iridescent flakies. Nails by Letitia is here. Hello. Thanks for popping in. Happy Sunday. Amir from Uber Eats is here. Hello. Happy Sunday. Thanks for popping on. All right, we'll go ahead and get in with our first coat here. So as I was saying, while I figured what to do with my old bowling shoes, she gave me a new pair. And then she also gave me a bowling ball that she was not using. Laura is here. Hey, Laura. I know, I'm sorry I'm late. I was just explaining why I was late. I went bowling today. Here is one coat of Saggy Skin is in. So again, I got this as a mystery gift with purchase, but it is from July 2024 HHC. Oh, this one's pretty. I should use this one for a Mammy. Next. I'll use that one next. So she gave me the shoes and then she gave me a bowling ball. So I currently throw a 12-pounder because I'm little and I can't throw like heavy weights very far. But the hubby has been wanting me to go up to a 14-pounder. Well, she had a 14-pounder that she wasn't using and her hands aren't too much bigger than mine. So she gave me this ball that she wasn't using. So we went bowling today so that I could try out the new stuff and practice. And it was a little weird, but I did pretty good. One of my games was actually a 160 something. I think that's one of my best games ever. All right. So, like I said, I didn't have a whole lot from her, so I had those two, and then I did get her Enchanted Gardens collection, which is also what I'm wearing. I'll go over that in a minute, but first up here, they are all glow in the darks, so I will be showing those off at the end. I'll make it, turn off all the lights and get it dark in here, and we'll show off the glow at the end. But first up, this is Glittering Rose, her Enchanted Garden collection. It's stunning. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It is still available on her website, 1422designs.com. 12.50 each or 60 for the 5-piece set. Nails by Letitia says that is pretty. I assume you meant the Sagi skin is in. Yes, unfortunately that you would have to pick up in a D-stash at this point if you could find one, but it is really pretty. That's going to be a really good like background fall mani. I'm definitely leaving that one out to play with. All right, so let's get in with our first coat here of Glittering Rose. So yeah, other than my new nail polish here, I actually had some new bowling toys to play with today, so that's why I was running a little bit behind. I apologize. We ended up bowling 4 games, so here it is, one coat. Look at all these gorgeous flakies. So now, of course, these are on clear swatch sticks. The Enchanted Garden polishes, they are a little bit sheer. They're jelly formula. Obviously, that's kind of needed for all the flakes and whatnot. So if you have a very strong visible nail line, you may want to do 3 coats on the nails. I only did 2, but I knew I was going to be stamping over. So you'll see when I show you the mani up close. Laura, girl, you're going to have to start having an admin to delete trolls. I can just ignore them. It's fine. Unless they start getting sassy, then I'll have to figure out how to, like, boot people, because I don't know how to do that. Y'all might have to help me out with that. I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to learn YouTube. God, I wish I could go back to Instagram for my lives. Anywho, okay, next up in the collection, this is Glowing Petunia, which is a beautiful orange. It does sort of lean towards the corally, but very, very mildly. I definitely would call this orange, not coral. Here we go with our first coat on that. I just love the flakies through this collection. There it is, one coat. All right. So did anybody do anything fun over the weekend? We didn't do a whole lot. We had another band camp yesterday. So of course we stuck around to help feed the kids and then clean up and whatnot. And of course I go in and I sneak little peeks and listen in on thing number 1, practicing. I'm so excited to see their show. I think next week they're actually going to start playing or practicing outside with the rest of the band, so they'll start putting them all together. Laura says the vibe just isn't the same over here. No, it's not. It's weird, but I still only have like 300 followers on Instagram. So unless some kind of miracle happens and I get to that 1,000, I think I'm going to be stuck over here for a while. All right, next up, we have Glimmering Fern, which is a really pretty teal. I think this one is my favorite out of the collection. Look at all those beautiful flakies. I mean, we could always try Facebook, but I need like 80 more followers on my Facebook page to be able to go live on that. I mean, YouTube does have its, like, I guess it's nice that y'all can minimize me and just like kind of watch in the corner if you've got other things to do. And then like the replays, you know, you can kind of bounce around back and forth and pause or whatever. So that's kind of nice, I guess. But I'm not sure. It's weird. It's new. I'm sure I'll get over it. Here is one coat. So Maisie and her cousin had a sleepover last night. Oh, fun. Of course you baked bread. What flavors did you make now? Just regular, or did you make a fancy flavor? Nails by Letitia says, where is this company based at? Um, that's a good question. I'm not sure where. I know it's US. I'm not sure what state Bonnie's from. Laura, do you happen to know what state 1422 is out of? I feel like she's maybe like, I want to say Michigan, but I don't think that's it. I'm sorry, I do not have an answer for you on that one, Letitia. I can try to find out. Like, I can look on her website later. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure where 1422 is based out of. You think they are Michigan? For some reason, I was thinking Michigan, but not sure. All right, here we go with the second to last one. This is Holographic Hydrangea, which is the blue. Letitia says, okay, because I wouldn't want to pay international fees, is why you're asking. Okay, well, if you're US based, they are in the US. So as long as that's where you are, you should be fine. So again, this collection is $12.50 each if you were interested in taking a peek at her website. Or you get the whole 5-piece for $60, obviously plus shipping. All right, here's one coat of the hydrangea one. This is favorite number 2 for me. I love the teal and the blue. All right, and last but not least, it's going to be a quick one tonight, y'all. But I figured after such a long one last week with all the Victorian varnish I had, I figured a little bit of a shorter live would be welcomed. Because I do have a few more that are going to be quite long. So, all right, here is the last in the Enchanted Gardens collection and the last of my haul from her, from PBE. This is Sparkling Violet. Oh, do y'all see that big old huge flaky? Oh my God, look at that. Sorry. I just noticed that big old huge flaky in there. Holy cajeebers, that was big. Eventually, I'm going to get that one on my nail. And it's going to take up like half of my nail. And I'm going to love it. All right, here we go with one coat. These would be really pretty toppers too. Like you could always topper something with these. You know, if you wanted to do a rainbow skittle mani that way too. Laura says this is my favorite from the collection. You like the violet one, Laura? There it is in one coat. All right, that was it for the first coats. I'll give you a little quick, close look at the mani here. Sorry, my camera's freaking out on the focus a little bit. So now you can see I did only do 2 coats underneath. So like you can still see it's a bit sheer, especially this one. I don't know why that one looks so sheer. Maybe I went a little thinner than the others, but I wasn't too concerned about visible nail line just because I knew I was stamping. And a lot of times with these flaky jellies like this, by the second coat, you get what I like to call faux opacity. So it's not that the base is necessarily completely opaque, but you get enough flakes on there that you don't notice it. You know what I mean? So that is what we're rocking tonight. We'll go ahead with our second coat, and then I will get it nice and dark in here, and we'll show off some glows. Because that whole collection, the Enchanted Garden collection, glows in the dark. All right, so coming back through with our second coat here. This is the Swag Bag Polish. Crushed it. Nails by Letitia says that's pretty. Thank you. Yeah, so that's why I was a little bit late because I got home later from bowling than I was anticipating. And then I still had to do my mani. I didn't want to do it before I went bowling, because I didn't want to mess it up. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll go bowling, then I'll do my nails, and then we'll do the live. So here we are a little bit late. I'm so sorry. All right, there is 2 coats of Crushed It. This is a really pretty, soft color. I mean, it's still like, all right, next up is my random mystery gift with purchase. Saggy Skin is in. This was July of 2024's HHC polish, Hella Handmade Creations. Unfortunately, it is not readily available anymore. Unless she brings it back for like a rewind or something. I'm actually kind of surprised I skipped this one last year because I did not already have this. I'm kind of surprised that I didn't pick that one up. I don't know what I was thinking in July of last year. All right, there it is, 2 coats. Gosh, I love these flakies. Whoop, come on, camera, stick with me. I don't know what has been going on with my camera lately. She's been freaking out. I was trying to get pictures of these polishes earlier, the glow-in-the-dark shots, and let me tell you, my camera, she was struggling. She was having a hard time focusing. All right, here we go, second coats. First up from the Enchanted Garden collection, here is Glittering Rose. And that is 2 coats here. Of course, stamped with their Maniology stamping polishes. They will be listed, I will list the colors, all the colors that I used on my picture that I will post on my Instagram. All right, we'll go ahead and get in our second coat here. So for anybody watching this, if you are not following me on Instagram, if you would like to, I am TinyBubbles83 over there as well. You can search me up. That is where I do a lot of my pictures. I will post like the Mani videos. So it's the little video that I make of doing said Mani that I'm wearing. All right, here we are, 2 coats of Glittering Rose. See, you can see how that second coat really gave you a lot more flakies for that, like I said, like I like to call it faux opacity. But if you have a super strong nail line or it bothers you to see your visible nail line, I think a third coat would take care of all of that for you. I personally wouldn't do 3 coats. I just feel like flakies like this get a little bulky in 3 coats, but maybe if you go super thin. Laura says, yep, I didn't get any because they're too sheer for me, but I almost picked up the purple. Well, I don't mind sheer polishes because then you can always topper, use them as toppers. You know, so I try to look at it that way. Or you put an undie on, you know what I mean? One of those little blurring base coats from someone. All right, next up we have Glowing Petunia, but visible nail line doesn't bother me. I don't mind seeing it. So for me personally, I don't necessarily shy away from sheer polishes. Because again, I almost feel like they're more versatile too, because then you can use them as toppers. right, here's our second coat of glowing petunia. Laura says that's the difference between you and me. You find a reason to buy, I find a reason not to. Yeah, yeah, I guess that is the major difference, isn't it? I could probably do well with a little bit more of finding reasons not to buy rather than to buy. But they're so pretty. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. All right, next up here we've got Glimmering Fern. And if I didn't find all these excuses to buy, what would we do on these lives? I'd have nothing to show you. They'd be awful boring if I didn't have all these pretties to show off. All right. Oh. Here is 2 coats of Glimmering Fern. I'm torn on my favorite between this and the Hydrangea Blue. Laura says paint and chat like we do on our video calls. I don't know. I'm such a messy painter anyways. I don't think anybody wants to watch me actually paint. To be honest, I'm surprised anybody wants to watch me swatch these polishes. I would be like, I'm so serious. Like, I really never, when I first started doing this, I really never thought that I would still be doing this and I would still have people watching. So thank you to everyone that just sits and hangs out and watches and chit chats. And I really honestly never thought this would go anywhere. All right, next up, this is Holographic Hydrangea. Oh, see, I don't know. It's a toss up for me between the Fern and Hydrangea. They're both so good. They're both so good. I don't know if I can choose. Can we have 2 favorites? I have lots of favorites. Who am I kidding? Except when it comes to my kids. Then I don't have favorites. Laura says, you're keeping me company while I fold laundry. Want to come do my laundry too? Kurt finally got to cut the grass yesterday, you know, because we've had so much rain and so it's been too wet and it's been a mess, but we're back in business now. All right, here's 2 cups of the Hydrangea one. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that one. All right, last up here is Sparkling Violet. Laura says hard pass. Darn it. It was worth a shot. Do y'all see them huge old flake? Look at them big old flakies, you guys. Laura, I know it's sheer. I think you need to do it. Hashtag enabler. It's so pretty. Look at how pretty that is under that stamping. Wait till you guys see these glow in the dark. Wait till you see the glow. I don't know, Laura. I think you could find some really fun art to do with these. All right, here we go. 2 coats. Sparkling Violet. See, this one isn't too bad on the second coat, Laura. Because now you got to remember, it is a clear swatch stick, too. Laura says I can't. Saving my groveling for PPUing. I actually am going to be getting, did you see Maniology's Box of Gloom that's dropping tomorrow? I think that is going to be my Halloween splurge. All right, guys, so that was it for the swatching. Let me pull these down here real quick and get my light over here, and then we are going to show off the glow. I just want to make sure I'm getting everything over here in one vicinity first. Okay, give me just a sec. I am going to turn off lights. I will be right back. Okay, one last one here. All right, so, oh, sorry. So unfortunately, it's not going to be like totally dark over here. Oh, and you can see they're already starting to kind of glow. I don't know if I'm going to get my camera to focus here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. All right. I'm just going to bring these over here and put them under my blue light real quick. Oh, there we go. That got the camera to focus a little bit. You could already see them glowing slightly just from my overhead lights. Oh, now if I could get my camera to focus here, that would be great. And I've got them out of order, sorry. Come on. Can we focus, camera? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. My camera is being weird and not wanting to focus. It freaked out when I tried to do the shots earlier. Okay, well, this is Glittering Rose. Let me go ahead and put my light back on for a sec here. See if I can get it to focus on something. Can we focus on, there we go. Let me toss the bottle under there. All right, so there is Glittering Rose with the glow. And then we'll do Glowing Petunia. Look at how bright that one is. That is Glowing Petunia. I mean, you can see how bright these are glowing. These are pretty good. Laura says the aqua and blue glows are pretty. Yes, ma'am, they are. They are. All right, here is, if I can focus, this is Glimmering Fern. I know my light is bright in the background, I'm sorry, but I feel like if I keep it on in the background, my camera will not freak out as much and will actually focus on what I'm trying to show you. All right, next up, here is the holographic hydrangea. And the other light you see coming from behind me over here, that's the light on my stairs. I would go turn that off, but I'd have to run all the way up to the top of the stairs and then all the way back down. And I'm a little too lazy for that, so sorry. All right, last one. This is the Sparkling Violet. Oh, let me see. I feel like this one, yeah, this one definitely shows better without that light. As long as I can get the camera to stay focused on it here. Sorry, it's fuzzy. But there they are. And then let me just hit my nails once, and then I will show you guys the mani. Again, if I can get my camera to focus. Oh, had it for a second. I'm telling y'all, she is freaking out with these glow in the darks today. But there it is. Laura says, of course, the purple also has the best glow. I'll tell you what, Laura, you can borrow mine sometime if you'd like. How's that sound? All right. Okay, you're going to be fuzzy and out of focus. I'm sorry. I am going to get the lights back on and we'll do our goodbyes. So there is one. Two. And three. Okay. Back in business. All right, so that was it, you guys. Again, this is the Enchanted Garden collection from 1422 Designs. It is available on her website, $12.50 each or $60 for the collection. The other two, unfortunately, are not available. So if you like those, I'm really sorry. You could try looking in a D-stash. That is all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I swatched these gorgeous polishes. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Next week, I think I want to come in with my Jen and Berries purchase from PBE. It will be a longer one. Heads up. But I'm not sure yet. So we'll see how it goes, but could possibly be Jen and Berries. Anywho, yeah, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Take care, y'all.